Hey, it's Mila. And I'm working on my big research project. As I'm writing, I need to make sure I provide attribution to the sources I consulted to present any information that is not my own. In-text citations are brief references within the body of my research paper or essay that acknowledge the source of information I have used. They might also help anyone who reads my work to also identify the specific sources cited while providing them with enough information to locate those sources themselves. MLA Style uses a simple format for in-text citations, using only two information elements from the source. Those elements are typically the author of the work and the page number of the information you are citing. In this example, we can pull the author's last name of Helwig to create our citation as well as the page number as the location of the specific information referenced in the text. Now, let's discuss how to integrate these citations effectively within my paper. There are different ways to do this, depending on whether the author's name is mentioned in the sentence or not. A narrative citation mentions the author's name within the sentence as I present the information and adds the page number at the end in parentheses. A parenthetical citation would include the author's name and page number at the end of the paraphrase or quote from my source. Some of my sources don't have a single author or author at all. Here's how I'll have to address these particular situations. When I cite a source with two authors, I provide the last names of both authors, separating them with the word and. For sources with more than two authors, I only list the first author followed by et al. When an organization is the author and their name is more than 4 words, I'll need to shorten it to the first word or phrase for my parenthetical citation, excluding articles such as the, a, of. When a source does not have an identifiable author, I will use the title of the article or the book. As with organizations as authors, I'll need to shorten the title for the parenthetical citation when the title is 4 words or more. I will also need to follow MLA's formatting rules for titles, using italics for titles that are self-contained works such as a book or website. For a source that is contained in a larger whole, such as an article from a journal or a chapter from a book, I will use quotation marks around the title. One piece of information I am presenting in my research is supported by multiple sources. I can cite both sources by combining them in my parenthetical citation and separating them by a semicolon. I also cite the same source repeatedly within the same paragraph. Here, I can format them as consecutive citations, providing the full citation in the first instance but only the page number in any subsequent citation within the same paragraph. This doesn't work if I cite multiple sources in the same paragraph. I have to pay attention to details in these situations. For this paper, I utilized multiple sources from the same author. When I cite those different works, I need to provide the title of the work in addition to the author and page number. Again, I'm following the formatting criteria MLA stipulates, putting the book titles in italics and articles that include double quotation marks. When applicable, I also shorten titles. Some of my sources are written by authors who happen to have the same surnames. To make it easier to distinguish for the in-text citation which source I'm referring to, I'm required to add the author's first initial to the citation. Meanwhile, although this is a less common occurrence, I did quote something that is considered an indirect source. While the author of the article I was reading was written by Kinney, they quoted Piaget, who wrote extensively on education. Since I'm using Piaget's quote, I'm naming the original author in my text while citing the author of the article. While I need to provide a page number to locate the source, that's not always possible with the various source types I'm using. In a situation where no page number is present, I need to provide other location information. When divided into numbered parts, use that number to locate the relevant information. For sources that do have numbered sections, add a comma after the author and provide chapter, section, or paragraph number. Only provide paragraph numbers when they are assigned by the source. For parts that are identified with a number, you should use the appropriate abbreviation to represent that part of the source. Plays should include the act, scene and line numbers which are separated by periods. Time ranges should be included for audiovisual sources. When no numerical division is available for your source, often seen with website sources, include just the author in the citation. Thanks for following along as I format my in-text citations following MLA format.